here with Stone Cold.
Stone Cold it.
Stone Cold, do the Stone Cold salute.
Yeah, whatever that means.
That's just what he would do.
Oh, you would just do that? You come in the ring and do that?
And do that, flip everybody, the whole audience off, and they loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's quite the showman as well.
We got some props now this time, too. I don't know what nerd brought these props.
What a loser.
Oh, yeah. Who would have these? Like a 10-year-old kid.
I like the Stone Cold outfit.
Yeah, the jorts.
The jorts and
he usually wore like a little vest.
Yeah.
But then he would wear like his t-shirt too.
I like how they included the knee the knee pad because he hurt his knees and stuff.
He broke his neck. So he needed the knee supports kind of like to help because he had a bad neck break from a pile driver.
They include him. That was on the little figure.
Yeah, you have to. And then, when he was just insulting everybody and wasn't wrestling, he wouldn't wear the knee braces. Yeah. He came out in the jorts. Yeah.
And he was also in Expendables.
He was.
5 minutes.
Yeah. It was more than 5 minutes. He was like the henchman.
Yeah.
It was a good role for him. He didn't have to speak much.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, sorry, Stone Cold, when you watch this.
Yeah.
I think you're awesome, but you're not as good as an actor as like Batista, really.
Yeah.
Or like I guess The Rock. I don't know. Sorry.
So we got 2 Stone Cold drinks here. We got the American and we got the IPA as well. So,
yes. Yeah.
Have you ever tried these before?
I bought them for my brother. I think I did taste them, but I forget.
Okay.
I do remember I'm not an IPA fan. I generally do not like any IPAs, but I do remember actually kind of liking his. He did a good job on his IPA. And he does a podcast, too, called the Broken Skull Sessions.
Oh, okay.
That's his ranch that he lives on, the Broken Skull. And he had a big head because he's a huge beer drinker. If you never watched wrestling or anything, you would. If you did, you would know he's a huge beer drinker. He wanted to make sure, like he was heavily involved. I'd seen him talk about it. He was heavily involved in doing these beers because he wanted to make sure they were good.
Yeah.
He didn't want to just slap his name on any beer, being Stone Cold and the whole beer chugging thing like that. He wanted to make sure they were good. So I've heard very good reviews on them.
Yeah, I'm excited to try it. Yeah,
they are a bit pricey. I know that.
I think he knows a thing or two about beer.
Yeah, I mean, I think he gets more on him than actually in him.
Yeah,
but he does know beer. Like I said, he was heavily involved.
I'll just pour it all over him.
Yeah,
one beer for your homies.
Yeah, exactly. Stone Cold. My thing keeps sticking.
To Stone Cold.
That's what she said. I guess I don't know. Well, this is the lager. Yes. Okay.
This is the lager. Yes.
Okay. This came out second. He actually had the IPA first.
Okay.
Lager, yeah.
So we're going in reverse order.
Yeah. All right.
Release. All right. Let's do this. It kind of actually has an IPA taste.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I would give that. Hell yeah. That's what I would give it as a ranking.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty good actually.
It was a funny fact about him, if you're not like a non-wrestling fan or whatever, or maybe you don't know some back history wrestling. So he kind of based this character on like the Iceman, the famous hitman.
Okay. The Polish.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of like the bald head, like just the mean, like he kind of based the whole character on that. Before, when he was first coming up, he was known as Stunning Steve Austin. And he had long blonde hair, and he was supposed to be kind of like, he was like an arrogant, like good-looking, like they said he was from Hollywood, even though he had this like deep Texas accent. But he was from Hollywood, he was Stunning Steve, like, and it's hilarious that he then became like, and he wasn't really big. That was starting up in WCW. And then he went to WWF and eventually came out with the Stone Cold, kind of like, beat up your boss character, and of course he exploded. But it's so funny to go back and see him as this like arrogant, like I'm a good looking guy.
That's
character.
So funny because he's like this rough and tough looking.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah. It's hilarious. Go back and watch some Stunning Steve promos.
He's a 3-time WWE Tag Team Champion as well.
Yes, he is. Yeah,
pretty impressive.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. He won it with Triple H. I think he might have won it with Kurt Angle. And then can't remember the third one. He might have won it with The Rock, actually. I forget now.
He's like best friends with The Rock too. Like,
yeah, and The Rock was his last match ever. And when you go out in wrestling, the tradition is that you're supposed to lose your last match to the guy to kind of like boost him. If you're a big star, you lose so that the next guy kind of gives him credit. So he lost to Rock in his last match to kind of like, it's like passing a torch. So,
I got you.
Yeah, that's kind of like the what you're supposed to do, the etiquette, wrestling etiquette. Gotcha. So his last match was against The Rock, but they're good friends. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, Stone Cold's awesome.
So what's your rating on this, 1 to 5?
Oh man, I don't want Stone Cold to beat me up. So
Hogan would do that, right? Do that thing.
I don't know what you're doing. You can tell how much wrestling Dan watches. I'll give it a. I like lagers. I'll give it a 4.5.
4.5?
Yeah, 4.5 middle fingers up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 4. I'll give it a 4.
Okay. That's a good ranking. Yeah. Now you were more of a beer extraordinaire than wine.
Wine, yeah. Yeah, I like it. It's really good.
This was a good surprise.
Yeah, right? Well, we're going to do the IPA next.
Nice. Awesome. Can't wait. Let's try it. All right. So we found out that there was little messages on the Stone Cold cans.
Yes.
So we did the lager.
Mr. Steve Austin wrote us a little message.
Yeah.
Like a message in a bottle.
Not his real name, by the way. Do you know who Steve Austin is?
Isn't he like that guy?
Think of 40-year-old virgin.
He's like the guy that like would wrestle like alligators and stuff, right?
No, that's Steve Irwin. No, Steve Austin was like the $1 Million Man's like.
Oh yeah.
He would give him like his missions and stuff or whatever. Yeah. Because remember in 40-year-old virgin he has the Steve Austin doll. He's like, don't mess with it. Yeah. Yeah. So he kind of like took that name too from. There. Yeah. Anyway.
They can build him. They can make him.
His real name is Steve, but it's not. Austin's not his last name. So on the lager he has, this beer is the ultimate reward for a hard day's work. I wouldn't know what that is. Brewed with the best American-grown barley and hops. Okay, U.S. grown. Broken Skull American Lager goes down as easy as a 3-day weekend.
Wow.
Like we're having right now.
Yeah.
Veterans Day weekend.
Except me, because I had to work.
Right. That stinks. I actually had a 4-day weekend. So cheers to those who are out there earning it. I definitely didn't earn it. But thanks, Steve.
And on his IPA, he's got Broken Skull Indian Pale Ale, a badass 6.7 IPA designed by Steve Austin. For the working man and woman, it features citrus, Cascade, Canuck hops, and delivers a big flavor with an easy finish. Now stop reading and start enjoying this awesome beer. Cheers.
All right, Steve, you got it.
I'll listen to you, man.
So 6.7, that's pretty strong. Yeah, for a brew, for a brewski.
For an IPA, though, I feel like it's they're usually like 7s or 8s.
That's true.
So it's kind of weaker, but that means you can pound them back and chug them down like Steve Austin here, you know.
He did that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was a very supporter of, children watching him drink all these beers and stuff like that. They would throw him beers from the audience, right, and catch him.
Yeah, well, the guy, if you're a wrestling fan, it was always amazing the guy who threw him the beers. Whoever that guy was like 100% accurate all the time. It was like amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy was a great thrower, great beer thrower.
All right, let's shut up and drink.
Let's do it. That's what Steve said.
Do it, yeah.
You don't want to get Stone Cold stunned. Now, I don't like IPAs generally.
I usually don't either, yeah.
But I do like this one. Yeah. Maybe because it's not as strong, maybe. Maybe it's what I don't like about general IPAs.
Yeah, it's actually good.
Got the citrusy taste. I could taste it.
Yeah. I actually really do like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I am not a fan of IPA.
No, you're not a big IPA either. Yeah. I think it's because, like I said, I think it's maybe not as strong as your usual IPA. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's not as like hoppy.
No, it's not. It's very smooth. It's good, actually.
So what would you give it since you're finished yours first and while I'm still drinking?
I will give this I'm going to give this a 4.5.
Wow. Highest ranking so far. Okay.
I really like this.
More than the lager you gave it.
Yes, and whoever wins, we'll do the same thing. We'll pick.
Oh, jeez. What did I give the lager? I think I said 4.5 for the lager. I did.
Mm.
And you said a 4 for the lager?
I'll give it
I think
4 point. Oh no, 4. Yeah,
4.
4.5 for this.
I think we might have a same average. Because I'm going to give this a 4 because I do like the lager a little bit better. So it's a tie, actually.
Okay, well,
So,
I guess we'll just put Steve Austin in.
We'll just combine as like a combination.
As one.
Yes, yeah, that works.
That sounds good. So they'll go into the next round. But yeah, I did really like this a lot. This is a very good IPA, and I had recently tried an IPA that I did like. I forget the company that made it, but
What? What?
Is that a wrestling?
What? That's what he would do. Yeah, that's
Oh,
his thing. Yeah, yeah. He would
didn't
do
do
that. No, he did not. That's Hulkster, man.
I'm telling you, though, the Hulk, he would do the thing with his hand.
What? The Hulk had 4 moves. He did the ear.
Yeah.
3 moves, actually. Right? I can't count. I have to do them. He did the bow.
Yeah.
Right? And then he would do the flex. So he had like 3 moves. That was his 3 moves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you might be wrong.
You didn't do like a snake thing. I don't know what you're doing here.
Like,
No, Stone Cold, he tried not to do like those like corny things.
Yeah.
He was just flip off the fans.
Yeah.
And chug beer.
He used Venom, according to his shirt.
Yes, yeah. Well, he was the rattlesnake. That was his nickname, the rattlesnake.
Oh.
Yeah, because he bit like a rattlesnake.
He would bite
He
people.
would get angry like a rattlesake.
And he would bite people.
He would maybe. I don't know.
Oh.
Possibly.
This kind of looks like him. Like, this is super accurate to how he looks.
I know. It's like
He has like no neck in that.
exactly. Because it got broken, so he lost it.
That's messed
I mean,
up.
nobody would ever confuse him with Goldberg. I don't know why
Yeah.
anybody would ever do that.
No.
Like
They're not.
they don't look
the same
anything
at all.
alike. There's no similarities between him and
No,
Goldberg.
you have to be crazy.
Can you imagine like?
The worst craft service person.
Can you
ever.
imagine like we asked someone to bring Stone Cold props and they brought a Goldberg prop? Nobody would ever do that.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
So let's move on to our next one. And on the same vein of wrestling,
Oh wow!
your
Another-
favorite. We should
You
just,
definitely catered.
we should've
I feel like you catered a lot of this
we
too.
should have just done wrestling
I know.
drinks.
I know of his and the Undertaker. I didn't know if there's another one.
Well, can you smell
Wow.
what The Rock is
The
cooking?
Rock does one?
Yes.
I did not know that.
He's got tequila. It is Teremana Blanco. I probably butchered that.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, we're going to try The Rock's next.
Dwayne the Ron Johnson.
Dwayne the Ron Johnson.
Inside joke.
Yeah. Let's try it out.
So who knew that all wrestlers were alcoholics?
Yeah.
And make all... I do know they like to party a lot. I'm sure Ric Flair has a drink out there.
Oh, yeah.
He still parties at like 95 years old.
We're not here to talk about Ric Flair. We're here about talking about
I'm
The
sorry,
Rock.
The Rock. What's this called again?
This is
It doesn't matter what it's called!
It doesn't matter.
I had to.
Yeah, you went there.
The Rock, Fast 5.
Fast 5.
He was in from Fast 5 to Fast 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Whatever they're up to
he's
now.
part of the
Fast
family.
99 or
He's
something.
part of the family.
Family.
And then instead of a
But he's
worm-
not, because actually him and Vin Diesel like hate each other.
Yeah, they're in the
Yeah.
outs. Like real family.
Yeah, it's true, yeah.
So instead of a worm, you get a little rock inside your tequila, chilling in there.
And a little gold rock.
A little golden rock.
Golden rock.
Golden rock. Sounds like a beer.
It does, actually. He should have made that.
So yeah, he got this tequila brand. He is heavily involved in it. If you look at their website, there's a lot of videos of him walking through the. It's on Orchard, wherever they make tequila.
Yeah, I don't know what you call it.
Yeah.
It's a distillery, I guess?
Yeah, but unless he's just posing for the videos, but it seems
Yeah.
like he is involved in it. He seems passionate enough about it if you watch the video.
He probably is.
Yeah,
A lot of celebrities do tequilas, I noticed.
yeah,
I feel like.
they do. Yeah, Aaron Paul and
Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston, they have one.
Wasn't Ryan Reynolds a tequila? Or
Yeah.
maybe he was a vodka. No, he was a tequila, I think.
I think so. Yeah, a lot of them have tequilas and vodkas.
Yeah, vodkas, yeah.
All right, so yeah, we're drinking out of the glasses I also got from Mexico. My wife for our
I mean, it
honeymoon.
makes sense,
Yeah.
right? Tequila, Mexico.
yeah, we got cool shot glasses I got from there. So
If you drink too much of this, your people's strudel might not work as well. Yeah.
So what do you have facts about the Rock?
Facts about The Rock.
What was his first name when he came out? Because it wasn't The Rock.
Yeah, it was Rocky Maivia.
Yeah, and he didn't like that because it was I don't know, it wasn't catchy enough.
Yeah, so his grandfather was a wrestler called Chief Peter Maivia. Samoan, and
his dad was Rocky Johnson.
Right, his daughter, Chief Peter Maivia's daughter, married Rocky Johnson, who was a black wrestler. So that's why the Rock is half black, half Samoan. So they decided to kind of go the Samoan route when he first came in, and they went with the Rocky Maivia character. But he comes out, and he's very colorful. He was wearing, like, tassels. I guess, they're trying to make him kind of look like Samoan. Very, like, tribal look with, like, some the tassels hanging up. But he was very colorful. He's dancing to the crowd and smiling. Fans just thought he was kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
I think he thought it was kind of cheesy, but... Hey, you know what? You got to do what you got to do to get in the business. Now, obviously, he was able to get in a little bit easier because his dad was a Hall of Famer wrestler, big-time wrestler, and his grandfather was a huge wrestler, too, of course. So he had a big line there, so that helped. But he actually played college football, and I think his dream at that time would have been to play professional. He played at the University of Miami, but he just wasn't as good, unfortunately. So he decided to try the wrestling thing, follow his dad and his grandfather. Fans hated him.
Yeah.
His first appearance actually was at the Royal Rumble at Madison Square Garden.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so Madison Square Garden was his first, at least like televised appearance. A lot of times they do what's called dark matches, which they wrestle off TV to kind of train and see how the fans react. But fans hated him. It failed within like months. Fans were just not buying into him. And then he joined the Nation of Domination, they were called. And they were bad guys, and he kind of then developed the Rock character, which was just a total jerk, insulting fans, and it just took off.
Yeah, people loved him being a jerk.
They loved him insulting, and he's just, as a Rocky Maivia character, he's like, hey, I'm a good guy. That's just not the Rock.
Yeah.
When he found his real calling, which was like insulting people, cutting people off like I just did to you, saying stupid things, and then he just blew up. And of course, then he became a good guy again, and then he flipped and flopped back and forth, good guy, bad guy, and all that stuff.
He might have been one of probably the last really good people at the mic. A lot of the guys in the 80s and stuff like that, they all seem to they have a really good handle on it.
Yep.
And The Rock might be one of the last ones. I mean, I don't know if John Cena was probably...
I would say John Cena was probably like the last one.
Because he's after, right?
Yes.
The Rock, okay.
They were like, like he came in right when The Rock was leaving. And then The Rock kind of did the Stone Cold thing for him. Gotcha. So The Rock and John Cena feuded, and then The Rock lost to John Cena to kind of say, I'm passing the torch off to you. Sense. There's a rumor he might come back, though, because his cousin is currently the WWE champion, Roman Reigns. He showed up in Hobbs and Shaw, I believe.
Okay.
You've seen Hobbs and Shaw?
I have.
Oh, it's a good movie. Good movie. The offshoot, because at that time Vin Diesel still hated him, so they had to make an offshoot movie so that they weren't involved with each other. But, and there's, and he's kind of like getting out of control. His cousin, he's like a bad guy. So there's rumors that The Rock might come in to like try to like stop him.
And The Rock he's an 8-time holder of the World Championship heavyweight belt.
Yes, he's won the belt a lot.
And now, has anyone beaten that since? Has Roman Reigns beat? I know he has a lot of wins.
Well, Roman Reigns has...
The Rock was the first to get that many, though.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, with the 8.
Well, for WWE, because...
Yes, WWE.
Ric Flair is technically, supposedly, a 16-time champion.
Okay.
And John Cena tied him. John Cena's 16-time now, actually. So he's past The Rock.
Okay. He was the first. The Rock was the first.
Yes, because in the old days, like Hogan had, but he would hold it for like days and days and days. He actually didn't lose it much.
Yeah.
Whereas like when The Rock came around in later wrestling, they were always changing. Like they would win it and then lose it like a couple months later and then win it back again. So they were always doing that. Roman Reigns has had the belt now. He almost has the record. They've actually almost given him, I think, the record for the most amount of days consecutive. I don't know if he broke the entire record yet, but he's had it for like over 1,000 days. This belt, which they haven't done that since like the 80s. That's like not a common thing. For the last like 30 years in wrestling, they were always kind of flipping and flopping guys.
Probably building up for like the next big guy to take him out, and then he'll.
Yes, so they're supposedly The Rock's going to come back to like bring him back down to earth because he's too arrogant and all that. Gotcha. But Excuse me as I belch up all the beer and stuff we drank. But you know, he's going to lose, of course, because he's trying to build up his cousin too, and so. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But went out to become a big actor, and as far as I'm concerned, Dwayne Johnson killed The Rock. I think The Rock's dead. I think Dwayne Johnson murdered him.
It's like
that. He took his body over.
It's like the Paul McCartney thing.
Yes, yeah. Like he's like a fake Paul McCartney now.
Gotcha.
Fall McCartney, as they call him.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's like that's fake guy now.
Fall The Rock.
Yeah, I think he killed it because
The Rock is dead. Dwayne.
Yes.
Dwayne The Ron Johnson.
Yes. Dwayne The Ron Johnson because Dwayne Johnson's not nearly as cool as The Rock. It can't be the same guy, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, whatever.
All right, let's
try tequila.
Let's try the tequila.
Not a big tequila fan.
I kind of mixed with tequila. Last time I think I had it was when I was in Mexico, actually. I don't think I've had it since. And when we got there, they were like, we're at breakfast, and they were like, oh, you want some breakfast? You want some tequila? I'm like, sure, why not?
Did it have the worm? Did it come with the worm?
It didn't. I had the tequila with the worm before.
Now, you guys did in Vegas, you did that scorpion shot. Was that tequila?
It was.
Yes.
Nacho Daddy.
Nacho Daddy, yeah.
Was the name of the place, and it was tequila with the scorpion in the shot glass. And yeah,
all right,
stuff.
Let's do it.
All right, let's try
People's tequila.
Yep.
Woo!
That's tequila, right?
It is. It's strong.
It's got a kick.
It tastes like your standard tequila.
Yeah.
Now I'm not a tequila extraordinaire or connoisseur or anything like that. So how it compares to other tequilas,
Yeah, it's 40%. So
just pretty strong.
Yeah.
40 proof or 40%?
40%.
Okay.
And I don't know what the proof is. Let's see.
It should be 20 proof.
Probably 20 proof.
Yeah, the proof's usually about half of what the percentage is.
Okay. That doesn't sound
usually. Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's definitely got some kick to it, though.
See, it's hard. I'm trying not to compare it to the other stuff because it's different. So I'm trying to give it its own.
I mean, it's your.
I'm trying to give it its own ranking.
Your flavor profile.
I'm not a huge tequila fan. I'll go with 3.5.
3.5?
Yeah. Okay. I've given out a few 3.5s, which I hate that I'm doing that, but I'll give it a 3.5, yeah. I'm trying to give it individual.
Yeah, I got you. I'm going to give it a 3. So we have very similar tastes as well. But yeah, I'll give it a 3. It's...
we're both not really huge tequila fans.
Exactly.
We're more beer guys, generally.
Yeah.
And like whiskey for like...
But something we might enjoy, which Kevin's going to make, and he's going to show you how to make it, is the People's Margarita.
Oh, yeah.
So, Kevin, show us how you make the People's Margarita.
Let's do it.
All right.
So we're going to make the People's Margarita right here, okay? So I'm going to do it like those YouTube bartenders, okay? Here we go. So we got half ounce of Agave Nectar. Going to pour that in our little thing. Shabam. Okay, half ounce of that. We got 3/4 of lime juice. So we got to flip this over. 3/4. Okay, put that right in there with the agave. We got 1 ounce of pineapple juice. Yeah. Now remember, always do the tequila last because you don't want to mess up the good stuff if you have to start over again. So now we got 2 ounces of tequila. So if you got your margarita measurer, should be 1 ounce. So we're gonna need 2 of these. Bam. Bam. Okay, so now we got our ingredients. Now it's for the hard part. Missed that. Okay, here we go. So we got some ice. We're going to put 1 ice cube in here. And then we're going to shake. It doesn't fit over the thing. That's okay. We're going to pour that in here. We're going to go like this. Do the official, like Tom Cruise. Then we got our strainer. This is going well. Here we go. All right, so we got our People's Margarita looking real good here. Last little step is super important step here. We're gonna garnish it. Very important for all you chefs out there and bartenders. Always got to garnish your stuff. So we got our nice lime. You're just going to cut a nice thin piece. And you can kind of just garnish the side like that. And it's not going to stay, so we'll just put it in there like that. There we go. We got our People's Margarita. The Rock would be proud.
All right, Kevin, thanks for making us these awesome drinks.
I'm excited to try it.
Yeah, we're going to try a little bit of it. That's the final product there. Came out really good.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, let's try it out. Cheers. Okay. It miles out the tequila quite a bit.
It does.
Yeah.
Even though you're putting in 2 ounces of the tequila, it's a lot more than the other ingredients, but the pineapple juice is strong.
Yeah.
The agave is strong.
Yeah, very
it's good.
Cool.
This I prefer than just drinking a tequila straight, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like tequila is a big mixed drink kind of drink.
Yeah, but people do tequila shots.
Yeah, they do.
Not a big fan of that, but
yeah, I prefer to have it.
This is very
Margarita,
good.
Yeah,
but this is the one that will get you blasted.
Yeah,
because it tastes so good. It's sweet. You know, I'm not a bartender, so even though I was able to show everyone how to make it, I'm not a bartender.
You looked like a bartender, though.
Yeah. I watched a lot of what's that Tom Cruise movie? Where he's a bartender? Yeah, Cocktail. Mm-hmm. There we go. Yeah. I watched a lot of that. I haven't, but
well, you're a big Tom Cruise fan, right?
I am, but that's one of his lesser ones, in my opinion. So.
Okay, well, let's move on to our next celebrity.
Well, what would you give?
Oh yes.
What would you give that number of the margarita now? So you gave a 3 to the tequila by itself, and I gave it 3.5. What would you give the margarita? The People's Margarita.
The People's Margarita. So I gave it the regular drink just a 3.
Yep.
I would give this I'll give it a 4. I like it a lot.
Same number.
Yeah,
Yep.
4s all around. Yeah.
Margarita, very good. Yeah.
Well, let's go to Margaritaville.
Yeah.
All right. So our next drink, our next celebrity drink.
Is this the final one?
No.
No. Okay.
We have. I believe we have one more.
I'm not wasted enough yet.
Oh, that is though.
Yeah, that's wasted. Yeah.
So our next one is Jamie Foxx. He has
interesting.
He has a bourbon, your favorite.
Oh, jeez.
But it's a twist on a bourbon.
Okay.
It's BSB, brown sugar bourbon.
Ah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, let's try it out. All right.